There is no consensus on its chronology or origins, other than that yoga developed in ancient India. There are broadly two kinds of theories on the origins of yoga. The linear model argues that yoga has Aryan origins, as reflected in the Vedic textual corpus, and influenced Buddhism. This model is mainly supported by Hindu scholars. The synthesis model argues that yoga is a synthesis of indigenous, non-Aryan practices with Aryan elements. This model is favored in Western scholarship. Pre-philosophical speculations of yoga began to emerge in the early Upanishads of the first half of the first millennium BCE. Expositions appear in Jain, Buddhist and Proto-Orthodox texts of circa 500–circa 200 BCE. Between 200 BCE and 500 CE, technical traditions of Indian philosophy, Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain, were taking form, collecting their teachings in sutra collections, and a coherent philosophical system of Patanjali Yogasastra began to emerge. The Middle Ages saw the development of many satellite traditions of yoga. Yoga came to the attention of an educated Western public in the mid-19th century along with other topics of Indian philosophy. There is still historical debate and speculation as to yoga's first official manifestation. According to lore, it was Agastya, one of the traveling sages, who was responsible for making the yogic system achieve its fullest potential in India by cultivating it as a way of life. Yet it was Maharshi Patanjali who figured out how to systemize and codify the existing meaning, practices, and related knowledge of yoga through the Yoga Sutras, after which many erudites, including Mahavir and Buddha, were able to contribute to the development and preservation of yoga through their detailed logs and records of their literature and practices, such as the 5 Great Vows, Pancha Mahavrata, and the Eightfold Path, Ashta Magga. The history of yoga seems to diverge from its basic structure once it is exported to the West during late 19th century, where it receives widespread acceptance in the East Coast of the United States. One of the first yogis to cross the ocean was English-educated Swami Vivekananda, who openly rejected asana because of its association with the low-caste yogins, who would practice these postures on the streets for money. Vivekananda chose to focus mostly on pranayama, breathing, positive thinking and meditation. Fueled by an unprecedented interest in physical culture in the 1920s in India, which seems to be close